So today guys, this is a very detailed video, so make sure you guys watch this video all the way through. As you guys can see from this side by side, they look exactly alike to each other. Many things to get into throughout this video, but before we get into this, I would like to say make sure you guys get the Patreon because I will be exposing their crisis actor characters. They have two huge crisis actor characters, and shout out to one of my subscribers who comment about her being Monique. And here we go, another side by side of them, and they look identical to each other, okay? Very much identical. So we're going to be talking a lot about sin in this because it's good to expose these characters by their fruit, by what they're pushing, their agendas, and the sins that they want individuals to commit for them to fall with them. One that we're going to be talking about is lust, and we're going to be talking about gluttony. So gluttony is the first one that we're going to be getting into, obviously because of the Monique character who massively pushes gluttony on her fans and generally on the media, because if you've seen her shows or whatever and you're not a fan, still she has pushed that idea of gluttony on people. Even the Sukihana character pushes gluttony also. Gluttony is defined as a habitual greed or excessive eating, okay? And as you guys can see from this photo, that guy's stuffing all those burgers down. The other one is drinking so much alcohol, and it says spring break in the back, and a lot of people excessively do things when spring break comes around. A lot of people are programmed to that, especially younger people who are in school or in college. Monique has a few amount of sayings which are completely evil and disrespectful. So her career is based off a few of these sayings, which are skinny women are evil, skinny cooks can't be trusted is one of her cooking books, okay? And down here it says skinny women are evil, okay? You know, still trying to push that narrative. She even has this movie called Fat Girls. Instead of putting the F, she put the PH to glamorize it. But something to pay attention to on this cover is that she's right there, like standing right here on the right. She's also in the mirror on the left. This represents Vanity, okay? So as you see with this picture of Vanity, aka Pride, she is kissing the mirror. So the mirror analogy is here again. And pride is excessive belief in one's own ability that interferes with the individual's recognition of the grace of God. And this could be the grace of people, the grace of the world in general, love. This interferes with love in general because you think that you're better than everyone. Right here it says it has been called the sin from which all other sins arise. Pride is also known as vanity, and that's what this is, vanity. She bashes women of other weights. At one point in time glorified her own, in quotations, weight. And then this movie, you know, trying to make that other woman jealous. You know, this is all pride, envy, greed, etc. So vanity matches to that movie, Fat Girl, and because they're trying to get a lot of people to fall and go to hell with them. It also matches to Sukihana's last name and middle name, and it matches to gluttony and kill. And also this connects to envy because envy is defined as the desire for others' traits, status, or abilities or situations. So as you guys see from this picture, and with a lot of these pictures, this demon or this skeleton, aka devil, that is being shown is an infiltrator. You know, I think the people in the drawing can't see him for what he is, but he's there to cause this conflict and make those people fall. So when you see the other girls' faces, they didn't win the prize. So they're obviously looking at the other woman with this nasty look because they didn't win. So competition is a weird thing. And I'm bringing up sins for now on in my video because, like I said in the beginning, identifying them by their fruit, showing you guys how they're trying to get people to fall. Every celebrity is using all of the sins. They are embedded with that stuff, and they're trying to get regular people to commit these things. On Sukihana's Instagram, she says she is the Grinch. That's in her bio. So let's dive into the Grinch. The Grinch was an unusual person that did not appreciate Christmas the way the Who's Down in Whoville did. Right here is a very important part. It says, actually in the story, he was the epitome of everything evil and unpleasant, causing him to be shunned by society in general. Okay, synonyms from this word epitome that I found interesting to apply to this is essence or the example, you know, because he's the essence of everything evil and unpleasant. Okay, Her calling herself the Grinch is admitted in plain sight that she is the essence of everything evil and unpleasant. This is what the Grinch looks like, all right? He has green eyes, and it reminded me of the green-eyed monster, which was mentioned in the last video that I did. So the green-eyed monster is a synonym for jealousy. So usually when someone is jealous, they say that they have green eyes, like they have the green eye. And jealousy is a destructive emotion, which is said in this paragraph right here, which it is, which leads to multiple downfalls in people. So Monique has this saying, and back in 2021, this saying was a sound on TikTok. So when there's a sound on TikTok, people use it to make videos, and I'm gonna get into all of that. So this channel had made a compilation of these things, but the main point that I wanted to point out was the fact that this phrase says, you skinny B words are evil and you need to be destroyed. Okay, so obviously envy is going on here massively. She's even trying to be violent. That's also wrath, okay, which is another sin. And then she said, and them fat bees will burn in H. Okay, this is so backhanded that is so much psychology behind this phrasing, and the fact that so many people that are of being overweight were using this sound and repping it. But the backhandedness with this saying is she doesn't like neither one of these type of people. So she doesn't like the skinny people and she doesn't like the overweight people, because she's saying that they're going to burn in H basically with her, especially if they continue on this path of wrath and hatred and envy towards people who are skinnier than them. This is a very disturbing saying. And here was some TikToks made, and of course they were all trying to flex the idea of being overweight. Someone had made this meme. This is obviously an old meme. It says one of her old quotes of how she hates skinny, and she lost all this weight. So this is a contradiction. She told all her fans that she hates skinny women, yet she goes and be skinny. Yet when she was overweight, she also told her fans that they were going to burn an H, meaning that they were going to burn an H with her. Okay, so her birthday is December 11th, 1967, which matches to fallen angels. They are fallen angels. It matches to Sukihana's name plus her last name, and it matches to lustful, matches to vanity, and matches to H. So they match with 71 and 89 and 78. Okay, and she's a Sagittarius, and Sagittarius matches with Destiny Henderson, which is Sukihana's first and last name, matches to Fallen Angels, matches to Angela Hicks, which is her name. So she was meant to be a Sagittarius, which shows that it was all scripted, pre-planned. Also, it matches to that word that she used for that movie, PHAT. And here's an ironic photo that I found of Sukihana. So this is called Pretty and Ratchet. They love to push that idea of being pretty and ratchet. So they like being disgusting, but also, I guess, attractive. So right here, she has this whole plate full of food. And this just reminded me of her gluttony character, which is Monique. All right, and look what she's doing in this photo. She's doing a horn. She's purposely licking the middle finger to do the horns, to flex out doing the horns. Always deception. Monique has this movie called Precious, and real quick, I just want to say something about this movie. This movie is a very disgusting film. This movie is very dark, evil. There's a lot of nasty programming going on in this movie. For them to even come up with something like this that is so disturbing and put it on the mainstream media, one, to get people to imitate this into their lives. This can probably give some people ideas of ways to be. Their films and stuff have energy behind it, which can manipulate a certain amount of people. Also, this is just a very dark and evil film. They never try to make anything that's positive. Everything that they do make is half positive. It's never fully positive, and it's kind of backhanded. So they make this film, and then some people think, oh yeah, this is so empowering. They're telling people story. No, that's not empowering. Why they never try to make a happier story. There's happier and more gracious ways to go about things, but they choose to show things from a dark standpoint and make it seem like it's good, make it seem like it's empowering. So now we're going to get into the Sukihana character. Her birthday is November 15th. November 15th, 1991 matches to Lust Sin because her character is embedded with this lust sin, as you guys have seen, with multiple antics that she has done throughout the media. The city and the state which she was born equals 88, which matches to the serpent, the snake making 8, okay? And also matches to dead rapper. She may be involved with a dead rapper or maybe a dead rapper herself. So she's from Delaware, which equals 33 and 48. Masonry equals 33 and 84, which is the same because 84 is 48. So she's heavily involved with this Jezebel spirit, this Jezebel sin. So Jezebel matches to Fallen Angel, of course. It matches to Fat Girl, which is that movie. It also matches to Comedian and Kill, so with 44 and 55. Sin matches to Demon, Suki, which is short version of her stage name, Lustful, and Henderson, her last name. Her character is heavily embedded with sins. Alright, so now we're going to get into the Sinless. The Sinless is strongly associated with the Sukihana character. Even the Monique character is heavily associated with it because she has a strong desire towards, envy, towards being overweight, etc., and eating also is another one. But with this Sukihana character, she is a very lustful character because she has a strong desire towards material objects and doing provocative relations in order to obtain those material objects. Okay, so a lot of times we see that being promoted in the media by rappers like Cardi B, F him then I get some money. They do all these little phrases which are lustful. They are desiring money and they are desiring having these provocative relations with random men, which they are heavily promoting. And these, in quotations, men celebrities do the same thing. They promote to young boys and men, other men, to FBs and, have so many different baby mamas and so many different relations. Lust is described in multiple different ways, but it all sums down to the same thing. So with the first description, it says that lust is a psychological force producing an intense desire for something or circumstances while already having a significant amount of the desired object. Okay, and it says that lust can take any form, such as the lust for relations, money, or power. Okay, so we see this a lot. This is like a very strong one, usually heavily associated with pride. Okay, and this is associated with greed, and it's associated with gluttony. They're all connected because then it leads to envy, because then you're envious of people that have it. Okay, and so down here, the lust sin being associated with this Jezebel, because they're all pushing this big Jezebel energy. All the celebrities as a collectiveness is pushing the Jezebel energy. When a person seeks relations for pleasure, he or she is sinning with lust. So it's best defined by specific attributes such as having relations against someone else's will, adultery, which means cheating, wet dreams. So you have a lot of people that brag about having wet dreams. That is not natural. That's not something to go on. A lot of people have these wet dreams and explicit imaginations to get off. That's another way of lust. And seduction is another way. So some people seduce people or act seductive in order to acquire whatever they're trying to get out of that person, or just to get off. And then right here, a natural vices. So a lot of people use it as coping mechanism. So watching adult films, which people should really stop. I advise. I said that in the live stream. So those are another ways that people just do things like that. So just unnatural ways of mating. Okay. And in this photo, these two people are on a pole and they're in front of all these people performing and they're getting money. Okay, so they're getting money for being provocative. The people in the audience, aka the crowd, is getting off by seeing this, so it's feeding their little sin. And something I learned recently is that sin grows, so that's why a lot of people fish for the same sin over and over. It makes this looping cycle, like a smoking addiction, adult film addiction, etc. And then in the background, someone has a sign that says free relations now. Okay, and that reminded me of the adult film industry, which is free. And it's creepy how it's free. When you indulge in that, you pay with your soul. That's why it's free. So it's not even really free. You're paying a huge price with your precious soul by giving into that stuff and watching that. So That's a habit to kick. Wet Dreams was promoted by rappers like J. Cole. He had a song called Wet Dreams, and a lot of younger children were thinking that it was cool. So sometimes they bring out something and people think it's cool, but it's actually a sin. It's disguised. So they use these new phrases and words to disguise the sin so people don't think that it's the same old thing. Everything they do is recycled, okay? Scorpion matches to the film Fat Girl, matches to comedian Jezebel Sin because she's a Jezebel, matches to Killed, Vain, Fallen Angel, and Kill. She was on Love and Hip Hop Miami, which matches to her full name, so Destiny Henderson, and it matches to Angela Hicks and Lust. So the fact that she's on this show and it matches to her first and last name shows she was scripted to be on that show. She's in a relationship with someone named Kill Bill. There's something symbolic behind that name. So Kill Bill matches to the overweight agenda, and it matches to Jezebel. Sukihana, Goat, she calls herself the Goat. That's her Instagram name. Matches to Scorpion, Fat Girl, the film, December 11, 1967, which is Monique's birthday. Vanity, the H word, matches to Sukihana's middle and last name, also matches to Vain. So it says right here that she rose to fame through her post on Instagram. Instagram matches to Henderson, Overweight, and Sin. It was all scripted for her to be matched to that. And then right here says she made viral songs such as 5 Foot Freestyle. 5 Foot Freestyle matches to Gluttony Sin, which was the sin that Monique was dominantly active in and was pushing at one point in time. And in that freestyle, she has a brick wall, which I kind of circled and drew an arrow to show you guys. And of course, she has the green hair and she called herself the Grinch. Then she even has a song called Nah, H word, which comes from, I think, a song Trina had or something Trina said in a song. I think it's a song. And that matches to Gluttony, which is obviously the sin that the Monique character dominates at one point in time. Now they have Lizzo dominating that. Matches to Sukihana Goat, which is her Instagram name. Matches to Vanity, matches to H, and then it matches to Sukihana's last and middle name, which shows that she was scripted to even make a remix of this or make a song out of something that Trina had said. So a lot of people have this conception that she sold her soul, okay? These are fallen angels. They did not sell their soul. They are involved. They are heavily scripted. This was all a sympathy pool. And the fact that someone I even said, whatever happened to Sukihana? Nothing happened to her. All of these photos and stuff and connections that I'm going to show you guys later into this video shows that nothing happened to this person. This person has always been involved. It's not right to switch the narrative like she's a victim when she's not a victim. This was obviously a leech, you know. She's leeching for sympathy so she can get more people to just be a fan of her or subscribe to her or follow her so that they can fall by being associated, okay? So they all do this at one point in time in their career. It's kind of dried out. They do the same trick. It's recycled. It's nothing new. So I don't know why people keep falling for it, thinking that it's, you know, new or real. Same concept, different looking vessels. So one of her fake fans, it's not even a real person, I bet, he taped photos of her on his chest, okay? And her caption is, she's not gonna lie, she don't like a lot of her fans, okay? So I'm pointing this out because they are disrespectful. If you're being a fan of them, you should stop, because in plain sight, they admit that they do not like any of their fans. They always admit this stuff, how they cannot stand their fans, how they hate their fans. There's always some type of comment, some type of interview, some type of something where they are admitting that they do not like their fans. And they don't. They are pushing sin on massive amount of people. How can they like people that they're deceiving? They don't have an ounce of love in them for anyone, basically. So that whole phrase, using all the gematria ciphers, connects to the film Fat Girls, connects to her birthday, which is November 15th, connects to Fallen Angel, connects to the film Fat Girls again, November 14th, connects to Demons, H word, connects to Fat Agenda, November 14th spelled out, connects to the city where she was born, Sin, Demon again without the S, Fat spelled both ways, and then it connects to one of her A-list names, okay? What is the chances that this was posted and her caption says this on November 14th? That entire caption matches to November 14th in the reverse single reduction and in a primed reduction with 183. So Isaiah 57:4 says, "Whom are you mocking? Against whom do you open your mouth wide and stick out your tongue? Are you not the children of transgression, the offsprings of deceit?" I'm pointing out this verse because, as many of you guys have seen throughout the media, throughout trends, agendas, all of the celebrities at one point in time were doing the tongue out thing, you know, sticking your tongue out in selfies, photos, whatever. That is such a nasty thing to do. And the fact that there's even a verse regarding the sticking your tongue out, okay? And here's a photo. These are older photos of her. This is kind of during that moment where people were always sticking their tongue out. And when I'm thinking about, when I read this verse for the first time, I thought about Miley Cyrus, how when she had that song Wrecking Ball and all that stuff, that whole era of 2014, 2013, where they were sticking their tongue out so much and getting young kids to do this is just really sick. Mocking and sticking your tongue out is weird, it's evil, and that's why they do this. They know exactly why they're doing it. It's mocking. Why is this even necessary? Literally, why is this even necessary? And here she go doing one eye. So when they make these damage control videos saying, oh, what happened to Sukihana, all this other stuff, that is pure damage control. What are people not seeing? Before she even made that video about how she sold her soul, she was doing one eye symbolism and sticking her tongue out and doing all these crazy other antics, you know? And of course she pushes the BBL agenda and blue and red on her, and that's representing the serpent and the pure bloodlines, in a sense showing a battle between the two. Okay, so this right here is her getting a BBL, of course. She had got 2 BBLs, I think, or something like that. Constantly promoting BBLs, fake bodies to people, insecurity. This is all vanity. If you're so attached to your body that you have to go get a BBL or surgery, it's vanity, man. Like, it's not that deep. And this was her at the hospital. She wouldn't even be calm, like, even though this is a fake thing, but the agenda behind this, she wouldn't even be calm or cordial with these people, like respectful with these people that are trying to do this wicked procedure on her. She wouldn't even be cordial with them. And this is all an agenda, you know, because obviously this is all scripted, but this is just to push the agenda to be disrespectful, to be outrageous, to be, in a sense, just ratchet, like she has in that album cover. I think it's an album cover. And the caption of this says, Sukihana was born the GOAT. Yeah, literally. That's why she keeps getting surgery, as you guys can see from the GOAT. Also, another thing I would like to add is that the whole surgery, BBL agenda, filler agenda, whatever it is that they are calling the surgeries that they keep in quotations revamping and inventing, these surgeries are all to go against the natural order and thing that God has created, and they are always trying to distort things, change it, modify it. That's something that they love to do. Has all these animal like tattoos on her. Also, back to the GOAT comment, representing the Baphomet, and that thing is both genders, and that's what they are. They're nastily both genders. And then right here she has the animal tatted on her. She even has a snake on her neck or something. I think it's a snake, I'm not 100% sure. This photo comes from an album called Wolf, P-word, and it matches to Lustful, Henderson, and Sin. But that title of that album, or that song, I'm not sure which one it is, but it is, again, this animalistic way of being or repping. They're always repping some type of animal type thing. And here we go, some more of the lust, sin, just really nasty stuff. This is not stuff to glorify. And then she has the money on her, and then right here she says she just sucked young jock, okay, for 4 hours. Okay, see, like, this is just sick. This is all just sick, you know. This was way before this whole soul selling video that she had. So this just shows she's been involved. And here's more sick agendas. Cheating girlfriend jumps on the hood of boyfriend's car. See, like, you know, it's just chaotic, violent, wrath, all of them. You know, it's just chaotic. and they try to push this agenda for people to be like. Again, the green hair, she called herself the Grinch. The Grinch is the essence of evil and negativity. And then she tries to push getting these excessive long toenails, which is also vanity and greed. This also applies to the gluttony. Why do you need such very long, excessive, loud toenails? You know, and she even said in the caption that they're the latest trend. And so more connections with this Monique character. Her nickname is Mo. Mo matches to that song, Nah H Word, and it matches to Vanity and Vain. Mo equals 26, and ironically, she was married in 2006. Her full name, without her married last name, matches to Destiny Henderson, Love and Hip Hop Miami, and Angela Hicks. She was a part of the Queens of Comedy. They love trying to call themselves queens and stuff. There we go again with the pride. And that matches to overweight agenda, because most of them were overweight, pushing that agenda, and demons, because they use comedy to disguise the truth. It's a way of masking things and making people feel like, oh, we're good, haha, we made you laugh, you know. And then where she's from matches to fornication, Florida, and Wilmington. And here's some damage control that was made. This account on TikTok, or whoever this was, had said that Sukihana and Monique should be mother and daughter in the movie. So that's extreme damage control. And before I end, I almost forgot to put this in here. Nephilim matches to gluttony, sin, Scorpio, Sukihana's middle name, her last name Hicks, and Angela. Monique and Sukihana, they look exactly like each other. Their physical vessels are based off each other. They're pushing massive amount of sins. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching.